Hi friends, welcome back to Black Cat Folk Magic. All kind people are welcome here. Thank you for your patience. I know I've been away for a couple of weeks. I'm so glad to be back. I've really missed doing this, but life has just been lifing, but in the very best way. Some really wonderful things just keep happening to me, and some really big developments in my life, and I'm sitting in some really nice energy right now, and I can't wait to share that with you. So let's get into it and find out what's going on in August for us. Okay, as always, I have 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is Clover. Group 2 is Daisy. And group 3 is Apple. And as always, the timestamps are down in the description. Okay, I'll see you in your reading. Hey there, group 1, you chose Clover. All right, let's get some oracle cards for you. See what August is going to bring in. So glad to be doing this again. I missed it. I kept thinking of topics to read on and the way I wanted to record, and one day happened after another so quickly, and before you know it, 2 weeks had gone by. Okay, we have the Cayman and Poppy with Dreams. I'm going to get you another oracle card. We have Imagine and Envision. Okay. So let's get into your tarot. What's coming in for Group 1 in August 2025? It's coming in for Group 1, August 2025. All right, we have the Empress. I'm sorry that I keep hitting the tripod. Oh wow, we have the Star. We have 3 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, how is this possible? We have the Emperor. And we have the Magician. Friend, okay. Wow, good news. You're definitely, I'm sorry I keep hitting that. You're definitely going to be on top of your game. Actually, for a lot of you, what I'm seeing is you are going to take a leadership role in August. And you might be the boss. You might be in charge of a group of people. I do see a collaborative effort here. For some of you, I'm seeing that this position is actually more than you ever dreamed of. You never really thought of yourself as a leader. You never really thought of yourself as being in charge, being the boss of something. But here you are. And the more you get into this, the more you realize that was your wish fulfillment. To this leadership role, to make a difference, to really make things move. I feel a lot of action here. Okay. And you need to know that nobody else can do this. This is why you're being tapped to do this thing. Nobody else can do this. So I want you to have confidence that you have everything you need to be able to carry out this job. Okay? But don't put limits on yourself, okay? Be sure that you're open to the challenge. Be sure that you have your own back, and you can encourage yourself and say, you know what? I made this happen. I was successful at this. What else can I do? And I keep looking at this card and it makes me think of being a child and just how there are limitless possibilities when you're a child. You just believe anything is possible. And I feel like Spirit is saying, please sort of sit in that energy. I mean, you've learned a lot being an adult, and but some of that stuff that you've learned is counterproductive, and some of it just isn't true, and it manifests as self-limiting beliefs. So Spirit is saying, I want you to be a little more open than you have been to the possibilities. I mean, what more proof do you need? You've gotten yourself this far, right? Okay, let's get you some more cards. The power in this, the Empress, the Emperor, Magician, Star. I mean, it's just all so powerful. It's like your wildest dreams manifesting under your own direction. It's not just manifesting like it's out of your control. Everything you touch turns to gold right now. Okay, we have the Devil. We have the Five of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, a couple of things Spirit wants to bring up is you are your own worst enemy in this. So if you're starting to feel defeated, if you're starting to feel frustrated, really look inward to figure out where those thoughts are coming from. Is it just your self-doubt creeping up? Because I feel like at the core of yourself, because you never envisioned yourself in this role, you may feel like you don't deserve it, okay? And my goodness, I got tongue-tied. And let me reassure you that you were hand-picked for this role. This is your destiny. So any self-doubt needs to just go out the door right now, okay? You were hand chosen for this role because you were kind and wise and gentle, and there aren't a lot of leaders like that anymore. But you know how to get things done without being unkind, without being unethical, without being unfriendly, without treating people like they're not your equals. And that's why you were chosen specifically for this role. We have the Chariot, friend. The Chariot is here to tell you that it's time to relinquish your tendency to micromanage, to relinquish your petty control over the situation. This is destined for you. So you need to be along for the ride, but you don't necessarily need to drive right now. Let's see what comes up. Let's see how this flows. Let's be in a flow state and see where Spirit wants to take us. Because the thing is, you can't even envision how good this is. This is so big that you can't envision it yourself. So you need to rely on Spirit to get you there. Okay? All right. Well, I hope this helped you, and I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Hi there, Group 2. You chose Daisy. All right. Let's get you some Oracle cards to get started. See what's coming in for you in August 2025. I know everyone says this, but I can't believe it's so late in the year. It just goes by so quickly. All right, we have the Boar and Pumpkin with Confidence. Okay. Let's get you another Oracle card. Okay, we have Earth Magic. Let me get these out of the way. My table's a little small. We'll just put them right here. Okay, let's get into your tarot. All right, we have Ace of Cups. We have Queen of Swords. We have the High Priestess. Wow. My gosh. We have the Star. That was in group 1 too. And we have 4 of Cups. I just heard standing in your own way. You're standing in your own way with something. Earth Magic. What's this? Confidence. Daisies. Okay, group 2. So I do see that the universe is trying to offer you something. It's trying to offer you something really, really good. And you think you know better. Sorry if that came out harsh, but that's what I heard. You think you know better. And you think you can find something better on your own. Look, how she's looking at all this. And Spirit wants to say, you know what? You are really good at taking care of yourself. You are really wise in your judgments and the choices you make. But also, sometimes Spirit just wants to help you. Sometimes Spirit just wants to give you a gift. And accepting that gift does not make you weak. It doesn't make you any less smart. It doesn't make you any less wise. Okay? It doesn't mean you didn't work hard. It's just a gift. Right? We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Six of Swords. Okay. So there is something that you feel like you really have a handle on. And you do. You absolutely do. For most of you, this has to do with your career. This has to do with your craft. Whatever it is that you work at every day. The thing you put your energy and focus on every day. You are really good at what you do. And Spirit is saying, because you're really good at what you do, I'd like to just give you a little bonus, okay? And because things are going so well for you in the work sphere, in the career sphere, in the money, you think you don't really need any help. And Spirit is saying, hey, I can make it better for you. You want to see what I got? And my suggestion to you is to say, yes, please. Let me see. Let me see what I've got coming in. We have Eight of Swords. We have Five of Wands. We have King of Swords. Yeah, you've really... you make things harder on yourself than they have to be. And one of the reasons you do that is you may feel, and maybe this is not at the forefront of your consciousness, but somewhere deep inside you feel like you have something to prove. Okay? Something to prove to someone, something to prove to yourself. For a lot of you, you want to journey as far from your past as possible. Maybe you felt trapped. Maybe you felt like vulnerable and you couldn't help yourself out of something. And Spirit is saying, whoa, 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 look around. Look how far from that you already are. You've lifted yourself out of a really hard place and you're so far ahead of that now. You don't have to keep proving anything to anybody, even to yourself. Just please look around and see what you've done to advance yourself. You've become an expert in something. You have mastered taking care of yourself. You have mastered making a living. And Spirit wants to reward you for that. You're a brilliant person and you're kind to everybody except yourself. You're so hard on yourself. And Spirit says, what was the point of doing all this work? What was the point in crawling out of that hole if you're going to treat yourself this way? Okay? So yes, it is time to leave that way of thinking behind. It is time to reap your rewards. It is time to get your prize. You've worked very hard. Hi, Howie. Howie agrees. He says, please be good to yourself. Please recognize what you've done and the hard work you've done and what you've achieved. And let Spirit help you out a little bit this month. Okay. Well, I hope that helped you. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Hey there, Group 3. You chose Apple. Okay. We were just talking about apples at work the other day, and I was telling my friend how apple seeds are often used in love potions. This is my cat Howie. He's really upset that I'm paying attention to something else. So if you hear him, just bear with me. Okay, let's see what's coming for you in August. Let's start with some oracle cards for you. Yes, Howie. We have the eel and the iris with safety. We have hibernation and regeneration. Okay, so let's get into your tarot and see what's coming in for you in August. We have 8 of Wands. We have 9 of Pentacles. I love the 9 of Pentacles. Excuse me. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Wow. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you've done a lot of work. You've done some work. You have really invested in something, and it doesn't really seem to be paying off. Not immediately, anyway. You're not really seeing any signs of it happening. Hold on, I need to go feed Howie. Excuse me, I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Howie's my boss. What can I say? So, anyway, you've put in a lot of work. You really are starting to question things a little bit because you thought you would see results by now, or you're frustrated with how long it's taking to see results. And Spirit is telling me they are coming, oh man, better than you ever imagined. And they're coming really, really soon. The thing is, the longer you sit in the energy of, where is this? Why isn't it coming to me? Where could it be? You're sort of slowing it down. You need to sit in the expectation that it's arriving. We have the Nine of Pentacles here, and I love that card because a lot of times in many decks, it's illustrated as a woman sitting in her garden that she planted all by herself. She's surrounded by abundance of trees filled with fruit that she planted all by herself, of flowers and blooms she planted all by herself. And she's just sitting there unbothered. She is relaxing. She is looking gorgeous. She just is sitting in her own power. She usually has some beautiful bird, like a peacock, sitting on her shoulder. She's dressed beautifully. And she knows, she absolutely trusts that the things that she's invested in will come to fruition. They always do. She's put in the work, and now she's sitting in the energy of expectation that it's going to come. But she's not worried about it. She's not stressing about it because she knows it always comes. So when you're sitting in this energy of anxiety, of like, oh man, maybe I won't get a return on my investment. Maybe I was left out of this, maybe things don't work out for me that work out for other people. The more time you spend in that way of thinking, the slower your return is. The longer it's going to take for that to show up. Okay? So, Spirit really wants you to cut it out. Take a rest. Take it easy. You've done the work. This abundance is just going to fall into your hands like this apple. It's just, just hang out. Hold your hand open and wait for it to fill up because you've done the work. Everything is, I think you're worried about the future. I think you're worried about things working out in the long run. And first of all, you're looking too far ahead. Let's not do that. You just want some reassurance that everything's okay. Everything's okay. Spirit told me everything's okay. You can rest. You can rest easy and just wait for those returns to show up. Oops, excuse me. Let's get you some more cards. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Three of Pentacles. I cannot believe how many pentacles are in this reading. Money, money, money. The Chariot. And the Five of Wands. Yeah, everything's already set in motion, right? And not only are your returns on their way, but people are starting to take notice. People are starting to think, oh, that person is doing something really cool. And maybe I want to collaborate with them. Maybe I want to work with them. Maybe I want to interview them. Maybe I want a job at their place. Maybe, you're catching the attention of people around you. Okay? But your manifestations, this is part of your manifestation. Before you actually have the result in your hand, it's about creating the buzz around you, so to speak. There's a B. It's about moving up a few rungs in terms of your reputation, in terms of how people know you and recognize you. And you're really on your way. You don't understand how fast and determined your path is, because from where you're sitting it doesn't look like that, but I promise you it is. It's like when you're in an airplane and look out the window, you can't tell how fast you're moving. All you see is clouds. And so trust me when I say you're moving really quickly. The caveat, of course, being if you continue to believe you're not moving, if you continue to be at battle in your own mind about this, you're going to slow things down. But this waiting, it makes me think of that Tom Petty song, "The waiting is the hardest part." That is absolute truth right there. It doesn't get any truer than that. The waiting is always the hardest part. But it's also a very important part for you right now. Because it's part of your challenge, it's part of your growth, it's part of the process, it's part of what's going to make these rewards so sweet. Because I think Spirit really wants you to recognize your achievements on your own, yourself, without seeing proof of your achievement, without seeing the rewards in your hand. If you never got rewarded for this, if you never got the return on your investment that you're expecting, Spirit still wants you to recognize what an achievement you've made. These things will come to you, but part of this process is recognizing that if everything fails, you are still a success in this endeavor. We have 3 of Swords and 3 of Wands. Yeah, you're breaking your own heart. There's nothing wrong here. You're moving along great. You're moving along great, and your worry is just breaking your own heart. Okay? Have a little faith in yourself. Have as much faith in yourself as Spirit does, as your community does. Okay, we've got Awakening, which corresponds to the Judgment card. And so this is sort of an enlightenment. This is something where maybe your faith in yourself is resurrected. Your faith in your abilities is resurrected. Spirit is trying to tell you that it's crucial that you resurrect your self-confidence. It's crucial that you get back in touch with that, because you've come really, really far, but you still have a long way to go. There are a lot of things that Spirit sees you doing. The universe has some things planned for you that are fantastic. But to get there, you're really going to have to believe in yourself more than ever. So anyway, I hope this helped you. I hope it resonated with you. I hope you have a wonderful month. And I'll see you next time. Take care.